Look at that thing. Oh my gosh. Woo, welcome to northern Utah. You guys see what's going on out there? Why, huh? Why do you gotta be like that? Well, I got a hotel last night so I could get a shower in. I drove up, I'm actually in where I'm at, Nephi, Utah right now. I have a meeting or two today with some partners. I gotta go to the Gold Tip headquarters and pick up some components for the archery video that we're shooting. This weather's crappy, so maybe I'll just hit Gold Tips and get back on the road because I have a very important thing to do tonight, and that is go to the seafood buffet at the Mesquite Eureka. For those of you that have been there, you know what I'm talking about. I put a little too much emphasis on that, and I fogged the screen a little, but that's okay. Anyway, today's gonna be a good day. I never know that, but I always say that because positivity is a real thing. Anyway, it's snowing really hard, and head up to Gold Tip. And maybe we'll check out the facilities while we're there. Give you guys a little bit of insider info on Gold Tip and Bee Stinger. So, walking into Gold Tip headquarters, look at those mountains. A little fluttering snow. It's a beautiful day to be up here. Glad the sun came out because the roads were getting gnarly. But let's go check this place out, see what it's all about. So this is what I always like to see when you walk in. Big deer on the wall. A little bit of competition's okay too though. All the important stuff. Sheds. So you guys, we actually get to be in a professional studio. Check this out. We're moving up in the world. Now you guys know I'm not the most technical archer, I'm more of a bow hunter, but we have my man Kevin right here is a technical archer. And he's gonna give you a rundown on these Gold Tip arrows. I know why I like them, because they're tough. I've been using them forever, but I'll let him tell you guys a little bit more about why they're good.
Okay, so this is one of our newer arrows. This is a Valkyrie, it's a 4-fletch. You know, really good for broadhead flight. If you want to clean up for that broadhead flight, the 4-fletch is a good way to go. But really, at the end of the day, if you want to know what separates Gold Tip from our competitors, like you can grab an arrow spinner like we have here and one of our arrows and lay it on there. And right out of the gate, you can spin them, you can see they're nice and straight, but you could do that with any arrow out there. Like everybody's pretty much building a pretty straight arrow for the most part. What separates us from our competitors is this arrow will stay as straight as it is brand new as the day it dies. Like we use 100% carbon. We don't use any fiberglass fillers or aluminum or anything in our arrow. They're 100% carbon, so they stay straight. So I can take this arrow and I can put a pretty good bend on it, and I can put it back on the spinner and it's still straight. Try that with your arrows at home, and you know, some of them work, but most of them, when you bend them and hold them, it's gonna bend the arrow and it's damaged. So most people think that they don't actually do that, but think about the times when you've been shooting and pulling them out of like a really hard 3D target, and it takes like 2 or 3 of you to get them out. Like you're putting a lot of stress and bend on that arrow. But that's just one of the things that separates us from our competitors, and you know, we've hung our hat on that for a long time of the toughest arrows you'll ever shoot. So I know you got a lot of choices out there to buy arrows, but if you want them to last and you know, you want them to stay consistent, you know, start tough, stay true for the life of your arrow, Gold Tip's the way to go. Just got done at Gold Tip and Bee Stinger. They got me set up with some stabilizers that I'm gonna be using in this video comparison. Arrows, so they're really good dudes. They're helping me out, taking good care of me, and they were kind enough to give me that tour today, take some time out of their day. So thanks to Gold Tip for that. You guys check them out. And now I have a very important date. Rodizio Brazilian Grill opens here in about 3 minutes. And I'm gonna go eat lunch. Woo, back at it again with the gray Toyota. Anyway,
I'm headed south. I'm going down to Mesquite to meet up with my buddy Dustin from Team Backcountry, and we are gonna shoot bows. We've been talking about doing this comparison video between the Hoyt Power Max and the RX1 Carbon for a while. And we might get to it today, we might not. I have to set some arrows up. I have to get my sight tape done. So I don't know if we'll actually get to the actual comparison video today or not, but we might. Either way, it's gonna be a fun day. Dustin's a cool guy. And this is gonna be a good informative video. You guys know I've said this time and time again, I'm a novice when it comes to the technical side of archery. I love to bow hunt. I've been bow hunting for a long time, but I've always had somebody else handle the technical side of it, the tuning, even building my arrows, any repairs that needed or setting up that needed done on my bows. I've always had somebody else handle it. So I'm looking forward to actually seeing some of this stuff and learning a little bit more about it, and hopefully getting to where I can do a little bit more of it myself. We made it to the bunker thrill. You see those palm trees? Those are palm trees. It's exotic down here. Got all the stuff that we need. That's mostly what we need today for today's activities. I'm gonna chop a few of these. It's all very scientific. Got the arrow saw back here.
It's got like inches and everything.
Dang, that's all the measurements. Yeah. All the numbers.
All the numbers clear up.
1 to 34. This is all you need, right?
Yeah.
If you guys don't know Dustin, that's Dustin, Team Backcountry, Finding Backcountry Podcast. I'm gonna link all his stuff in the description below, so go check him out. Today we're playing bows.
We're gonna archery today.
It's all about the tan buckskin and the black limbs. Twinners.
Is that what you got?
Oh yeah. I just wanted to be cool, trying to fit in. All right, when you're making a YouTube video about how to do archery things, the best thing to do is watch YouTube videos about how to do archery things while you're doing archery things. We're trying to adjust my peep. We adjusted my draw length and I have my peep set for the longer draw. I'm going to a little bit shorter draw. So we're trying to bring the peep up a little bit so it's a little bit more natural of an acquisition point. So that's what we're doing right now, aka that's what Dustin's doing right now, because I don't know how to do this kind of stuff.
When it comes time to paper tune, you can get online and you can buy, probably spend, I don't know, 50 to, who knows, $150, $200, $1,000 on a paper tuner. For those of us who don't have $1,000, make one.
Step 1, get a box of Dustin books.
Step 1, get Dustin's books box. It's really complicated. If you don't get it right, like it won't, your bow won't paper tune. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna cut a hole.
Always cut towards yourself.
A little bit smaller than a piece of paper. Yeah, always cut towards yourself so that you know where the knife blade is. That way you don't get hurt.
Safety first.
Whew, that was close.
That would have been better if it would have got you cutting your finger on camera.
Now, in the case of an emergency,
always have a phone ready to dial 911. I have my phone out. The number is 911 dialed with my thumb on the send button.
Next, step 2, once we have our hole cut, don't you hate this part when you have to find the little end of the tape?
It's the worst. Do you have to use Scotch tape or can you use other?
Yeah, I know, and it's got to be heavy duty too.
Other
or when the arrow goes through it, it won't.
Backcountry hunters go deeper. You guys want that shirt?
It's true. Use the code. Go to Team Backcountry and we'll set up a code for. What do you want your code to be? Just how about Shed Crazy?
That's pretty creative. We could try that one.
Yeah. And we'll charge you 20% more.
Don't buy that shirt. I'll tell you guys that.
Yeah. Do not get on Team Backcountry right now and do not use the code Shed Crazy because you will not get 20. Let's do 10. Let's whatever.
100.
20. I said 20. Let's do 20.
Let's do 100.
We'll do 100% off.
All right, you heard it here, folks.
Okay.
TeamBackcountry.com. free paper tuners.
It's actually team-backcountry.com.
Oh geez, no wonder you don't get any website traffic.
Yeah. Oh man, we're so pathetic.
We'll try this out. So this is not a Ghetto paper tune.
No.
Shooting in the back of a Razor.
Off of
the Ranger, bricks. Sorry, on the bricks. Got the target in there.
It's falling over.
Target's falling over. Might give us some misleading data, but we're gonna make it happen. Dustin's gonna shoot my bow because he doesn't think I can hit that target at 4 feet. So we'll see what happens here.
You just pray that you're lined up on the back end.
Yeah. Okay, strike one. I like the toilet seat. It's a nice touch.
Just a little bit.
Just touched it.
So.
Okay. Just a little.
That's how you know you've got good kinetic energy.
Yep. Good KE.
That tune is.
Got a low left tear. Actually.
Just a right tear.
Yep.
Alright. About the same height as mine.
We adjusted the rest a little bit to see if we can compensate for some of the tears that have been happening. And we're gonna see if this thing will shoot a bullet right here.
You have your paper tuner set up next to your...
A bullet.
Nope.
Perfect, that's great. Let's call it. So I'm gonna just try again, torquing my hand.
This is where it gets not great, but it just gets, I mean, a paper tuning chart, it's gonna say like, well, you don't have enough tip weight, or you have too much tip weight, or so this tear can also mean your arrow spine is too stiff, which frankly a 200 spine, if that's the same equivalent, like this is a 260, and a 260 is like, okay, like that's pretty freaking stiff,
right?
And so a 200, it is possible that's just too stiff of an arrow spine. One thing you can do is shoot this arrow and see how this one flies.
Same tear, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still a right tear.
Let me play with tweaking with my hand.
Roll your hand a little bit out. So that there's more pressure on the left side of the grip.
Okay.
Relative to kind of how it's been feeling.
Don't fall. That's what it is, huh?
You can see just by a tiny little amount of stupid little hand pressure changes the whole tuning of an arrow. Because you just shot a bullet hole. And so,
well,
you can either be okay with that and kind of...
It's my fault. So basically,
that's why when I worked at an archery shop, we never let the customers paper tune their own bow.
So anyway, it looks like I'm gonna have to work on my hand position a little bit to get this thing to shoot exactly how I want it to, but that's good. I could always work on my technical, you know, the side of things a little bit, but that just shot a bullet. So we'll try it again and make sure it wasn't some sort of fluke, but looks like I may just have to get some, I don't know. May just have to learn some better techniques here. So now we got this thing shooting how we want it to. Mostly the adjustment is gonna come from the hand pressure that I put on the front of the bow, so that's something I'm gonna have to go home, put a few arrows downrange every day and make sure that I'm getting this thing shooting how I want it. And now I think we're gonna build a sight tape, right?
Yep.
So more exciting knowledge coming from the form of this guy, not me. Well, sometimes when you shoot 60 yards on windy days.
We're a rinky-dink redneck target setup.
Dude, you didn't blow it up. What are you talking about?
Well, just hold on.
Oh, I totally blew it up. Ooh.
It's not good.
Came through the target, contacted Mr. Brick Wall, and that's the end.
Who shoots with hay bales anymore?
Well, here's the bad news. The bad news is we set all my other arrows with the 24-hour epoxy, all the inserts and stuff. This was the only quick inserted one that we had that we were just gonna use for shooting, and I just shattered it into a wall. So guess this just turned into a sleepover. Finish this video in the morning. We were just setting the sight tape, and we're back to 60 on it, but it's hard to be consistent with this wind and with my inconsistent shooting. Well, I guess that's a wrap. Ended up not being able to finish because we smashed the only working arrow. But we have it really close, so I'm gonna go home and finish dialing in at 60 yards. And then I will email Dustin the points. He will put it in his program that figures out your sight tape. What's it called again?
Tapes.
Tapes. It says like 10 bucks. You download the software on your computer. Super easy. You put in a couple points, fill in the boxes, and it builds you a custom sight tape. So really easy to do. So we're gonna do that, and then he will email me the sight tape when it's done. I'll put it on my bow. He'll probably come up next week and we'll go shoot or something. So sometimes it does, but not usually. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want to say thanks to Gold Tip, Bee Stinger, Hoyt for helping us out with this video. Also Dustin, Team Backcountry. I told you guys I'm gonna put all his social media, his podcast, all that stuff in the description box. Go check out his t-shirt. So we got done with all our filming and everything today, but I wanted to show you guys this. I don't know why. I feel like I like sharing this stuff with you guys. I like to share in these videos the stuff that makes me really happy. I try to make this video series about the things that I love and about the things that I'm passionate about. And I love the response that I get from you guys, but this is the biggest thing that I'm passionate about right here. Simple as it is. Just kids covered in mud, been playing in the sprinklers. Hi, buddy.
Where's the barbell?
We got all the goods right here. Little fire pit and a happy wife. I guess this is a good time as you need to make a big announcement. Baby number 3 on the way. Sitting right there in that chair, and we're excited. We're so excited. But I love sharing these family times with you guys. Love spending time with my family, and I'm super excited to have another kid on the way here soon. It's gonna make things a little bit hectic and a little bit chaotic and crazy. We're gonna have to do some scheduling changes. Gonna have to figure out the babysitting thing, but I believe that when you make good choices, and when I didn't say but. Trying to be all nice here. My kid's accusing me of saying but. Anyway, I feel like when we felt like we should have another kid and add another one to our family, and we feel like when we make good choices that there will be a way for us to do what we want to do. But I just want to share that with you guys because I really do feel like I have a network of friends out there on YouTube, and it's stupid to believe that online relationships, sorry, I won't say stupid. It's not realistic to believe that online relationships are the same as like friendships in real life. But I feel a lot of support and a lot of positivity from you guys on YouTube, so I just want to say thanks for that. Anyway, I'm putting this camera away. I'm going to spend some time with my kids and my wife, but thank you guys for watching this video.